You know, there's no need for you to worry yourself. It was for my own sake that I did all that. It wasn't for you in particular. It's just my nature. I'd rather fight with my sword than run away, that's all.
So that's the only reason? You fought 100 men because it's not in your nature to run away.
Yeah, pretty much. Besides, I owed that bastard some payback. My memory of things is a bit unclear. I was lost in the swordplay. But to tell you the truth, there was something I just couldn't get out of my head. Compared to what you're trying to do, me fighting 100 men means nothing. It has no purpose. I'm not talking about just you. I mean Griffith also. The two of you have something important that you can stake your lives on. I think it's great. I truly mean that. Compared to the strength of that purpose, whether I face 100 men in battle or even 1,000 seems like nothing but a random act.
Guts,
Some view, huh?
Huh?
Gaston doesn't think he's very suited for army life. His intention is to start a tailoring business with the money he's earned when this war is over. He's very good with his hands, though he may not look it. Nicole had proposed to a woman who refused him once. Apparently she didn't want to marry a common soldier, so he declared that he would get promoted as soon as possible so he could ask her again. That's why he tends to be reckless and overextends himself in battle. It seems to me that everybody stakes their lives in a lost cause. Looking over them all from up here, I almost think I can see their hopes and dreams flickering in each little light.
Very insecure. To become secure, I have to have value. I want to be worth something. I want to be worth enough to attract the attention of others. But your value is something you have to find for yourself. You have to find it, Shinji. I have no value without it.
My life is worthless without it.
Then what am I? What am I? Wait, what is this? This is me. This is the shape that lets others recognize me as myself. It is my symbol for myself. This is, and this is as well. Representations. Everything is merely a description, not the real myself. Everything is simply a shape, a form, an identifier to let others recognize me as me. But then, what am I? Is this me? My true self? My fake self? What is it that I am?
Are you? There is little difference between how you interpret yourself and how the others interpret you.
Right. My clothes, my shoes, my room. These are all parts of what makes up myself.
These things are connected through your consciousness.
So what I think is me is me. What I recognize as self is myself. I'm no more and no less than the sum of my self-awareness.
That's right. In the act of observing others, you may find and recognize yourself. Your self-image is restrained by having to observe the barriers between yourself and others, and yet you cannot see yourself without the presence of others.
Because there are others, I can perceive myself as an individual. If I am alone, then I will be the same without others. Or if this world is only of me, then there will be no difference between me and nothing.
By recognizing the differences between yourself and others, you establish your identity as yourself. The very first other person is your mother. Your mother is a different individual.
Right, I am me and she is she. But are you really sure that the perceptions of others form my true self?
Shinji Mikado.
Taking you this long to realize that? What an idiot!
That's right. I am Kira. And what can you do? Kill me right here. Kira has become law in the world we now live. He's the one who's maintaining order. I have become justice. The only hope for mankind. Kill me. Is that really the right thing to do? Since Kira's appearance 6 years ago, wars have stopped, and global crime rates have been reduced by over 70%. Who can create a new world is me.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen, everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well. As long as there is a concept of victors, the vanquished will also exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. There are nexuses, causal relationships that cannot be separated.
You know, it's funny. This reminds me of a joke. See, there were two guys locked in a lunatic asylum. And one night they decided they didn't like that anymore. They decided to escape. So they made it up to the roof, and there, just across this narrow gap, they see rooftops stretching across town, stretching to freedom. Now the first guy, he jumps right across, no problem. But his friend, oh, no way. He's afraid of falling. So the first guy, he has an idea. He says, hey, I got this flashlight with me. I'll shine it across the gap between the buildings and you can walk across the beam and join me. But the second guy says, what do you think I am, crazy? You just turn it off when I'm halfway across. Oh, excuse me.
You asked me why I'm doing all this. But even if I told you why, I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything at all. But let's say that I take the time to explain it to you. What do you think would happen then?
I have nothing to say to you.
My goal is to fulfill the dream even Jiraiya Sensei was unable to achieve.
Oh man, she's a peach. Sounds like she wants everything. My kind of girl.
That kind of wanting is dangerous. It's not how reality works. Take a look. This is what I got for wanting something unrealistic.
I disagree. You want to bring back someone that you've lost. You might want money. Maybe you want women. Or you might want to protect the world. These are all common things people want. Things that their hearts desire. Greed may not be good, but it's not so bad either. You humans think greed is just for money and power, but everyone wants something they don't have.
There's no sign that the evils of this world are disappearing. That hasn't changed since before I became a hero. So, I guess that means I haven't really made any difference. I'm not necessarily sad about that. But there has been something bothering me lately. As the days pass, my emotions grow more distant. Fear, tension, joy, anger, I feel none of them anymore. In exchange for power, maybe I've lost something that's essential for being human. Before, I'd have all kinds of emotions whirling inside me when I fought. Dread, panic, rage. But now, all I need is one punch to end it. Every day I come home uninjured and wash my gloves. When I'm out fighting monsters, I never feel as if my heart's really in it anymore. I mean, I just do the hero thing as a hobby. But as long as I get a kick out of it, in the end, that's all I really care about.
If I may, I'd like to pose an interesting question. Are all human beings truly equal? These days, everywhere you go, there's talk about the fight for equality. As a wise man once said, heaven does not create one person above or below another. People like to throw his words around. That's not the whole quote. He goes on to say that while we are all equal at birth, pretty soon things begin to change. Academic effort is what sets some people apart to rise above the others. At any rate, humans change over time based on their actions. Truth be told, at the end of the day, equality is just a fantasy. And most of us go through life denying the fact that we live in a meritocracy.
Let it go. You've got to forget about revenge.
What?
Believe me, in this work I've met a lot of guys who feel the way you do. Trust me, for those who follow the path of revenge, it never ends well. You'll only tear yourself apart. And even if you succeed and you get your revenge, what will you have then? Nothing. Emptiness.
Shut up! What makes you think you know anything about it? It's easy for you to talk. You have no idea!
Easy. Just try to calm down.
Maybe if I was to kill the most important people in your life, everyone who's ever meant anything, maybe then I'd listen to you. Because maybe then you'd have some idea how I feel.
It's an interesting theory, but I'm afraid you're a little late to put it to the test. Everyone you're talking about has already been killed. I've been around longer than you have, kid. I've seen my share of troubles. You're not the only one who knows what it's like to lose somebody.
I've never been this close to someone before. In my life. Boundaries don't apply to us. And I used to be terrified of that. It shook me to my core, Hody. But you know, because of you, I felt a whirlwind of emotions I wasn't even aware I could feel. I don't think either of us realized how nerve-wracking simply being yourself around other people could be. No fronts, just us, gradually breaking down our walls. But you made me realize that and then some. And I find myself asking, what can I do for you? How many ways can I make you smile? You're one of the strongest people I know. Yet still so fragile. So delicate. So precious. Instead of a shadow, bright sunny days are what follow behind you. My whole life, the only person I knew this well was myself. I was oblivious to how breathtaking the world could truly be. And you came in and shattered my reality. Thank you. You told me you wanted a future with me. Thank you. But what can I do for you? How can I repay you for what you've done?
Hurry up! Miyamura!
Wow. This spring sky is bluer than I've ever seen. If I could give you this very sky as a gift, I would in a heartbeat. Then again, nah. I know what you'd like. A cake with tons of whipped cream on top. That's more your style.